What if Obi-Wan recommended Anakin for Master, not Palpatine? Let's explore the depths of it in the video. Before we begin, shout out to our channel members who voted on this video in Discord. The Discord link is in the description. A moment of recognition for our top tier channel Sith Lords. Sith Lord 906, Lux, a unique name people are inspired by, Elizabeth Calvert, Danish Dragon, Captain PD0, Truest Man, Will Moore, Gladwin, and Luke Wright. Obi-Wan Kenobi recently returned after saving the Chancellor with Anakin on the Invisible Hand. He stands alone in the center of the chamber, surrounded by the 12 Jedi Masters. Outside the window, the Coruscant skyline flickers under the rays of a war-battered sun. Obi-Wan's tone is measured, calm, but beneath his words lies conviction, loyalty, and hope.
Masters, we've learned many things throughout the Clone Wars. Experience has been an unforgiving teacher. We've witnessed the collapse of systems, the sacrifice of worlds, and the death of too many friends. And yet, through it all, one truth has become undeniably clear to me. Anakin Skywalker is no longer the boy Qui-Gon brought to us from Tatooine. He is a Jedi. He has led men into battle not once or twice, but countless times. He has faced fear, pain, loss, and still he stands. He's saved my life more times than I can count. And now he's led the mission to rescue Supreme Chancellor Palpatine from General Grievous, without hesitation, without ego, without fail. He defeated Count Dooku, carried me and the Chancellor on his back, and somehow landed that sad excuse for a ship successfully. The boy I once called a reckless learner has become the man I trust most, on and off the battlefield. He is passionate, yes, at times impulsive, but what Jedi has not struggled with emotion in war? He tempers it with devotion, with loyalty, and with love. Not for power, not for control, but for the people he serves, for this order. I know what the Council fears. I've seen it in your eyes. You fear what he may become, but I've seen what he is. I've watched the fire inside him burn not to consume, but to protect. The Force moves powerfully through him. He was the chosen one long before any of us saw it, and now, I believe, he's ready. Let's face it, Masters. He is one of our best. It is my formal recommendation that Anakin Skywalker be granted the rank of Jedi Master. Not for politics, not for prophecy, but because he's earned it. Not just with his lightsaber, but with his heart, with his effort.
Obi-Wan holds his gaze on each master, in turn ending on Yoda.
The war has changed us all. It's time we show him that we've changed too.
Obi-Wan steps back into the outer circle. A stillness fills the chamber. The Jedi Masters exchange glances. The air is tense, not with disagreement, but with careful contemplation.
Master Kenobi speaks with great conviction, but conviction does not replace clarity. Skywalker's talents are undeniable, but so are his attachments. His judgment is clouded.
His actions in battle are commendable, but we do not grant mastery for valor alone. He is powerful, yes, but power without control is dangerous. You say he has grown, but I have seen that fire in his eyes, and it still burns wild.
Then guide him. Grant him the rank, and the responsibility that comes with it. Let it shape him.
A pause. All eyes turn to Yoda, who sits deep in thought, eyes closed, his fingers steepled beneath his chin. He opens them slowly.
The boy. Changed he has. No longer a Padawan. Not even truly a knight. A Jedi. Full of light and shadow both he is. Unorthodox his path has been. But so too was yours, Obi-Wan. And mine.
He turns his gaze to Plo Koon.
Anakin has stood with his brothers on the battlefield more times than most Jedi ever will. He has stood with each of us as well, even saved most of us at one point or another. And still, he returns with compassion, with honor. He has disobeyed orders at times, yes, but he has also sacrificed. If the Force guides him, should we not trust that guidance?
And what if we are wrong? Then what?
Wrong we may be. Always potential to be wrong there is. Fear this is. But fear the Jedi must not serve.
A long silence. Mace leans back, arms crossed, the weight of the decision pressing on him.
We will need unity in the days to come. If we do this, it is not for prophecy, not for politics, but for the Jedi Order. He must understand the responsibility that comes with this title.
Agreed. Settled it is, then.
The council slowly comes to consensus. Obi-Wan exhales quietly, with his shoulders loosening as he watches the tides shift. Meanwhile, Anakin learns Padme is pregnant with his child. While ecstatic about the reveal, he begins to have visions. Visions of her death. Unable to cope with the idea of living without her, he's unable to sleep properly. The next day, Anakin raced down to the temple corridor, cloak fluttering behind him. He was late, again. His eyes were sunken, sleeplessness taking its toll. Inside the briefing chamber, Obi-Wan waited with his arms crossed.
You missed the report on the Outer Rim sieges. I was starting to wonder if you'd ever slept again.
Sorry, Master. I have no excuse. I've had a lot on my mind.
I know. War has changed all of us. In short, they are going very well. Salokami has fallen and Master Voss has moved his troops to Boss Pity.
They walk side by side through the temple's long halls.
Listen, Anakin. The Council would like to see you. They have news.
Anakin slowed his pace, confused. What kind of news?
Good news. Come on.
Inside the High Council chamber, the light through the tall windows bathed the room in warm gold. The 12 seats of the Jedi Council were filled. Master Yoda, Mace Windu, Plo Koon, Ki-Adi-Mundi, and others looked to Anakin as he stepped into the center circle. He bowed respectfully.
Long have you served the Order, Skywalker. Loyal, brave, with great skill in battle.
Your record in the Clone Wars is exemplary, and your bond with your master has proven strong. Few Jedi have done what you have in so short a time. You've grown beyond the rank of knight.
A pause. Anakin looks between them, unsure.
Conferred upon you, the rank of Jedi Master is...
The chamber fell silent. Anakin's eyes widened.
Master?
You've earned it, Anakin.
Anakin bowed deeply, swallowing his emotion.
Your master's recommendation, it is. Thank him, you should. But more still, we have to discuss.
The Senate is expecting to vote more executive powers to the Chancellor today.
He's also requested your presence. He insisted on speaking to you directly.
For what? He's refused to give details, only saying it's urgent. This request came while we were in session, so now you're fully in the know. That's unusual. What do you want me to do?
Go. Hear what he says you must. Report back, you will.
We're worried, Skywalker. The war is nearing its end, yet the Chancellor is finding ways to give himself more power rather than ending the war and fulfilling his previous promise at the beginning, to give back that power. We need you to be our eyes, Anakin. He trusts you more than most.
And we trust you to navigate that conversation carefully, Master Skywalker. We need you to keep in mind the people of the Republic, not just its bureaucrats.
Anakin nodded, still absorbing the weight of the title now resting on his shoulders.
I won't let you down.
Yoda gave a solemn nod.
Know this, you do. The dark side clouds much, but paths forward, always the Force reveals.
Anakin turned, robes sweeping behind him as he departed the chamber, heading toward the office of the Chancellor, now not as a pawn, but as a master. The tall windows of Palpatine's office glow with the amber hue of Coruscant's setting sun. The city hums outside, distant and indifferent. The door hisses open. Anakin steps inside, his robe trailing, expression unreadable. Palpatine stands near the window, seemingly lost in thought.
Anakin, my boy, I was wondering when you'd come.
You asked to see me.
I did. I always find comfort in your company, especially in times like these. Please, sit.
He motions for Anakin to sit, then takes his own seat across from him. There's a moment of quiet.
I need your help, son.
I don't understand. For what?
I need you to be my eyes and ears of the Republic. Anakin, I'm appointing you as my personal representative on the Jedi Council.
A seat on the Council? Chancellor, I don't believe you have the authority to do that. I'm already a master. While I'll deliver your message, I'd like to wait until the Council thinks I'm ready.
Palpatine starts to seethe on the inside. A master? When did this happen? And how did his spies not convey this to him? This must have just happened. He was wondering why Anakin walked in with such resolve and confidence. He has to shift his angle.
Well, well. Congratulations, Master Skywalker. I will say, it's about time. If your actions rescuing me from General Grievous wasn't enough, I'm not sure what would have been.
I was fairly surprised myself. I didn't see this coming at all. It's unlike the Council to give me this sort of recognition.
It was on Master Obi-Wan's recommendation.
And now you'll be able to scour through those forbidden archives you've been wishing to see for so long.
That's very true. I almost forgot. The timing is convenient.
Why is that, Anakin?
Anakin catches himself, remembering what the council told him, but Padme's face lingers in his thoughts.
Is something troubling you, my boy? You know you can speak freely with me. You always have. And you know I've always delivered on my promises.
It's nothing, Chancellor. Nothing to worry yourself with. Is that all, Chancellor?
For the moment. But we'll speak again soon. I have a feeling events are moving faster than the Jedi realize. This war, it may be nearing its end.
Anakin rises, nods once, and exits. As the door closes behind him, Palpatine turns back to the window. The smile slowly fades from his face, replaced with a calculating stillness. The city hums low beyond the towering windows. Inside the council chambers, the atmosphere is still. The council members sit in a quiet circle. The doors slide open and Anakin Skywalker enters, his face solemn. He bows in the center. Masters, I've just come from the Chancellor's office. He asked me to be his personal representative on this council. A ripple of surprise moves through the chamber. Obi-Wan looks toward Mace. Even Yoda's brow furrows.
That is highly irregular. A political appointment. The council does not serve at the Chancellor's discretion.
Did he give a reason for this request?
Only that he needs someone he trusts. He said I would act as his eyes and ears.
That's a diplomatic way of saying he wants influence here.
Troubling this is. The Jedi Council, independent of Senate power, it must remain.
It will be the council that decides who sits among us, not politicians.
Of course, Master. I understand. I told the Chancellor the same thing. There's a pause. Eyes shift around the room.
Well done, Master Skywalker. Watch him you must. Closer than before.
If he's maneuvering politically now, he's preparing for what comes next, after we win the war.
Anakin, you know the Chancellor well. If anything feels off, anything, you come to us immediately.
Yes, Master.
Good. Dismissed, you are.
Anakin walks silently, but his mind is a storm. He glances back at the council doors. Footsteps approach. Obi-Wan.
Good work, Anakin. I wanted to tell you personally. You've made me very proud.
Thank you, Obi-Wan. Master, I need to talk to you. Alone. They step into a quiet alcove near one of the temple's reflective pools.
What is it?
Anakin hesitates. His voice is lower, distant.
Padme, she's pregnant.
Silence. Obi-Wan doesn't respond right away. He looks at Anakin, not with shock, but with the slow drawing of a confirmation.
I suspected there was something between you two. For a long time now. But this... a child.
Yes. Obi-Wan sits on the low stone ledge nearby, processing.
How long?
Since Geonosis. We were married in secret. I didn't want to tell anyone, not even you. I wasn't ready.
You know what this means, Anakin. What it could mean for you. For her. For the child.
I don't care what the code says. This isn't politics or doctrine. This is life. It's my family.
I'm not your enemy, Anakin. You know that. But this is a burden you've carried alone for too long. And now, it's not just Padme. There's a child.
Obi-Wan stands again, tension rising in his voice.
You should have told me, Anakin.
I didn't know how. I didn't want to lose everything. The Order. You. Obi-Wan exhales, deeply, struggling. But that's not the problem. I've been having visions, Obi-Wan. Of her dying in childbirth. I see it over and over again. I can't sleep. I can't think. And every time I look at her, I feel like I'm watching a countdown I can't stop. Obi-Wan's expression grows heavy with concern.
Are you sure it's the Force, not just fear?
It feels real. It feels like how I saw my mother. And we both know how that ended. He takes a breath. There has to be something. Something in the archives. In the restricted section. Jedi healing arts. Lost techniques. Something.
And if there isn't, will you turn to someone else?
I don't know. Obi-Wan watches him. Heartbroken. A long pause.
Anakin, listen to me. I understand. I truly do. I've seen you at your best. I've seen the good in you when others doubted. But this is a crossroads. The choices you make from here on, they won't just shape your future. They'll shape hers and your child's.
I'm afraid, Master.
Then trust me. Let me carry this with you. You're not alone anymore. You never were.
Anakin nods slowly. His defense is cracked. The two stand together, the hum of the fountain echoing the turmoil between them. That night, the nightmares worsen, as if Palpatine has eyes everywhere, watching, omnipresent. Padme and Obi-Wan, whispering, embracing, kissing. The betrayal burns deeper than death. Anakin jolts up, sweating from head to toe, pacing around the balcony, not knowing what to do. Anakin presses his forehead against the glass, whispering Padme's name. Then, silently he moves, determined, haunted, heading to one place that might hold answers. He decides now is the time. He won't get much sleep tonight either way. He heads out to the Jedi Temple, to the Forbidden Archives. Anakin searches all night, scours through thousands of pages of data. Nothing, not a single thing that can help him. He remembers the conversations he had with Obi-Wan earlier in the day, as if prophetic.
And if there isn't, will you turn to someone else?
A stream of diplomats, officials, and nobles ascend the Opera House steps under Coruscant's gleaming midday sun. Gilded banners flutter overhead. Among the crowd moves Anakin Skywalker, hood up, eyes sunken and distant. The weight of the galaxy bears down on him, still unsure of what to do. But now, he must focus on his mission. The Chancellor has requested his presence. He pushes through the grand double doors. The lights dim. An enormous Mon Calamari ballet unfolds below, sweeping and surreal. The crowd watches in awe, but Supreme Chancellor Palpatine sits reclined, hands folded, eyes already on Anakin as he enters.
It's good to see you, my boy.
You said it was urgent?
Everything is urgent these days. War, politics, plots. And yet no one speaks of what truly matters. But yes, I have good news. We've found General Grievous. He's on Utapau.
That's great. We'll finally end this war.
Yes. This war has taken its toll on all of us, in different ways.
Anakin sits beside him, eyes still fixed downwards.
You look troubled, my boy.
It's nothing.
You're not a good liar, Anakin. At least, not to me. You've been sleeping poorly. The Council's tension weighs on you. And there's something else, isn't there?
A silence. Palpatine studies him carefully.
Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Anakin looks at him, caught off guard.
No, I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend.
He watches Anakin's reaction before continuing, as the haunting music of the opera swells.
Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith, so powerful and wise he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
Anakin tenses. His fingers curl against his knees.
He could actually save people from death?
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities, some considered to be unnatural.
Palpatine pauses, savoring the shift in Anakin's posture.
He became so powerful, the only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, which eventually, of course, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew. Then his apprentice killed him in his sleep.
A slight, cold smile.
Ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself.
Anakin leans forward now, almost breathless.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi.
The music crescendos as Anakin looks away, the gears of desperation grinding behind his eyes. Palpatine says nothing further. He lets the silence ferment. Anakin stands once again in the center of the chamber, surrounded by the quiet authority of the Jedi Council. The sunlight slants through the high windows as Anakin recounts his visit to the Chancellor.
The Chancellor believes Grievous is on Utapau.
Yes. A partial message was intercepted in a diplomatic packet from the chairman of Utapau.
The council members stir slightly.
Act on this, we must. The capture of General Grievous will end this war. Quickly and decisively, we should proceed.
And he gave this information only to you?
Anakin nods, carefully.
That is telling.
Strange, this is. Not through official channels. Chosen you are. For a reason.
And what reason is that?
Anakin hesitates. You can feel their eyes piercing through him. He avoids their suspicion, saying nothing more.
Clouded, the Chancellor's motives remain. But act we must. If Grievous is on Utapau, a master with experience is needed.
I concur. Master Kenobi should go.
I agree.
Aye.
If Grievous is destroyed, the war will be all but over. The Chancellor will have no further reason to retain emergency powers.
Careful we must be. Watch him closely, Skywalker. Faith in you. Misplaced it may be.
We're counting on you to observe. If the Chancellor continues to sidestep the Jedi or seek to prolong the war, we need to know.
Yes, Master Windu.
Very well then. Council adjourned.
The council begins to dismiss. One by one, the Masters rise and exit in solemn order. Anakin and Obi-Wan walk out together, as Anakin walks him to his transport leaving to Utapau immediately.
You shouldn't go alone, Master.
Anakin, it is not the first time I've faced worse odds.
An awkward silence hangs between them. Anakin avoids eye contact.
Is there something else?
I didn't tell them everything. In the council.
About the Chancellor?
Anakin hesitates, then nods slightly.
There was more he said. Things I couldn't explain. I'm not sure what to believe anymore.
Anakin, you did the right thing. You told us about the appointment, and now you've confirmed where Grievous is. That's more than enough for now.
But what if it isn't? What if there's more going on and we're too late to stop it?
Obi-Wan places a hand on Anakin's shoulder.
Then trust in the Force. And in yourself.
And what if that's not enough either?
Obi-Wan looks at him. Really looks.
Then I'll trust in you, Anakin. You're not the boy I met on Tatooine anymore. You're a Jedi Master. And you become a far better Jedi than I can ever hope to be. I trust you with my life.
Anakin nods, grateful but still visibly conflicted. There's a weight behind his eyes.
Promise me you'll come back.
I've never let you down yet, have I?
Anakin lets out a smirk, and they share a long look, both knowing the stakes are far heavier than they're letting on.
Stay close to the Council. Watch the Chancellor. And Anakin, whatever happens, hold on to who you are. Don't lose that. Should there be anything, you know where to find me. Get in contact.
Yes, Master.
Obi-Wan boards his transport while Anakin remains behind, alone in the corridor, the hum of the ships ringing in his ears. His hand falls to his side, brushing against the lightsaber hilt. His mind is no quieter than before. Obi-Wan's ship cuts through the stars, bound for the sinkhole world of Utapau. Upon arrival, the Chancellor's information is proven right. Beneath the towering cliff cities and echoing wind tunnels, the Separatist general waits, surrounded by droid legions and desperation. The two warriors clash, metal on plasma, fire against will. Back on Coruscant, the Jedi Council receives the first encrypted transmission from Commander Cody. Grievous has engaged. The final battle has begun, but they do not celebrate. War has taught them caution, and now suspicion. With careful words, Master Windu tasks Anakin Skywalker with a new assignment. Not one of action, but observation. He is to report to the Chancellor, to deliver the news personally, and to watch how he responds. Anakin walks the familiar path to the Chancellor's private quarters. Yet, something feels changed. The corridor feels tighter. The silence feels loaded. The breath in his lungs turns heavy. He enters. The Chancellor is alone, standing beside the viewport, watching the chaos of the city below like a god surveying his domain. Anakin delivers the message. Grievous has been engaged, and the war may soon be over. At first, the Chancellor nods, as expected. A smile plays across his lips. He speaks of peace, of victory, of Anakin's place in the galaxy's future. But then something shifts. The warmth of his voice curdles, his expression darkens, and beneath the eyes of the Supreme Chancellor, another presence emerges. The mask slips. The room grows colder, as the Force itself recoils. Palpatine steps closer, voice low and lined with poison. He tells Anakin not of politics, not of war, but of power. And finally, without restraint, he reveals what Anakin already feels in his bones.
Only through me can you achieve a power greater than any Jedi. Learn to know the dark side of the Force, and you will be able to save your wife from certain death.
Anakin can't believe what he's hearing. How does he know about Padme? Who is this man in front of him?
Use my knowledge, I beg you. You're the Sith Lord.
Listen to me, boy. The Jedi will never be able to save Padme, especially not Obi-Wan. I've heard the rumors about them. You do well to keep an eye on that as well.
Anakin doesn't say a word. He continues to circle the chancellor, lightsaber pointed at him. Confusion, grief, and anger all boiling up at once.
Are you going to kill me?
I would certainly like to.
I know you would. I can feel your anger. It gives you focus, makes you stronger.
Anakin can feel himself being drawn into Palpatine, drawn into what he promises, drawn into the possibility his visions may finally cease. But then, it hits him. Obi-Wan would never do such a thing. He'd never betray him after Anakin confided in him. It breaks him out of this trance. Anakin deactivates his lightsaber.
I'm going to turn you in.
Of course, as you should. But you're not sure of their intentions, are you?
You let me worry about that. The Force will guide my way.
You have great wisdom, Anakin. Know the power of the dark side. Know the power to save your wife.
Anakin marches through the crimson-lit corridors of the Senate building, his cloak billowing behind him like a storm cloud. The Chancellor's words echo in his mind, venomous and undeniable.
Know the power to save your wife.
His boots pound the floor harder with each step. His breath is shallow. His heart is thunder. He exits into the open night air, the Coruscant skyline burning with traffic and neon. For a moment, he just stands there, staring out over the city, the same city he once called home. But now, nothing feels like home. He activates his holocom and contacts the one person he trusts more than anyone, Obi-Wan.
Anakin, you wouldn't believe the day I've had.
Behind him, the smoldering wreckage of General Grievous's body lies sparking on the cold hangar floor.
Obi-Wan, something's wrong. I need to speak with you, now.
What's happened?
I just came from the Chancellor's office. He's a Sith Lord.
Obi-Wan's expression collapses into disbelief.
What?
He all but admitted it. All of it. He's been behind this war from the very beginning. Every life lost, every clone deployed. He orchestrated it. I was standing in front of him, and it all made sense. The shadows, the secrecy, the power plays. It was him. It's always been him.
The dark presence we've been chasing. He was right next to us this entire time.
He said things, Obi-Wan. About the Force, about life and death, about saving people. He looked me in the eyes and said he could teach me to stop death itself. I think he knows. About Padme. About the baby. About everything.
Obi-Wan stares at him through the holo. This isn't just strategy. This is personal. Palpatine has his claws deep into Anakin's fear.
And you didn't strike him down?
I wanted to, but I couldn't. Not yet. If I expose him now without proof, without the council behind me, he'll twist it all. He'll make me look like a traitor, and Padme. He'll find a way to make her pay the price. I know it.
You did the right thing, Anakin. Coming to me. We're live together.
Anakin's breath steadies, if only a little. His shoulders still tense, but for a moment, he allows himself to breathe.
We'll tell the council. We'll move on this fast. You're not alone, Anakin. Not now. I'm making my way back to Coruscant. I'll meet you there.
A long beat passes. Anakin closes his eyes, fighting the pull of the storm inside him.
Thank you, Master.
As Anakin makes his way back to the Jedi Temple, he meets Mace Windu and the other Masters. They're on their way to make sure the Council gives up his emergency powers now that the war is over. Anakin tells them about the Chancellor, Padme, revealing Obi-Wan is on his way. Everything. Once Obi-Wan arrives, they know what they must do. All 6 Masters, Mace Windu, Ajen Kalar, Kit Fisto, CC Teen, Obi-Wan, and Anakin Skywalker, stride into the Chancellor's office. The room is dark, quiet. The city below glows in distant silence. Palpatine sits behind his desk, alone, his expression unreadable. He rises slowly, folding his hands before him.
Masters, I had not expected your company so late. Unless this is more than a courtesy visit.
You're under arrest, Chancellor.
Palpatine raises an eyebrow, his voice still calm.
Is that a threat, Master Jedi?
The Sith shall never return, and you'll never sink your claws into Anakin while I'm still around.
Very well. Then I shall make sure you cease to exist.
Without warning, his hand snaps open. 2 crimson blades ignite with a scream. His cloak falls from his shoulders. Palpatine's initial strike is a blur, an arc of rage and precision, followed by a forced scream that disorients the Masters. Ajen Kalar barely lifts his blade, too slow. Palpatine's saber punches through his torso. CC-10 lunges forward, but Palpatine whirls, severing his hand with a clean horizontal slash. Kit Fisto engages next, locking sabers, but he underestimates the ferocity. Palpatine drives his blades straight through Kit's gut. One flick, and he crumples. All within 10 seconds. Now, it's 4. Mace, Obi-Wan, Anakin, sabers ignited. Violet, blue, blue. Palpatine snarls, twirling with unnatural speed. The battle becomes a whirlwind of color and fury. Mace Windu uses Vapat, channeling the darkness hurled at him, returning it as focused power. Obi-Wan counters with Sorasu, his footwork tight, his strikes controlled. Anakin is pure strength and passion, every swing driven by something deeper. Palpatine holds his own, even against 3. His blade hisses like a serpent, turning defense into offense, spinning into lunges, sweeping low and striking high. The office explodes into chaos. Furniture shatters, Durasteel bends, windows crack. Mace Windu disarms Palpatine briefly, forcing him back toward the panoramic windows, but the Sith Lord hurls a wave of Force lightning, staggering Obi-Wan and Anakin. They recover, charging again. The 3 Jedi synchronize, Mace on the left, Obi-Wan on the right, Anakin, center. Palpatine fights like a storm, but it's slipping. His blows are now blocks, his footwork now retreats. Obi-Wan slices through a column, sending it toppling toward Palpatine. He leaps clear, but lands hard. Anakin uses the opening, hammering forward with powerful strikes, but Palpatine stumbles. Mace Windu lands a heavy blow across Palpatine's arm, burning deep. He screams. For the first time, Darth Sidious is afraid. Palpatine backs against the glass wall, sabers locked, his face twisted, burned, bleeding.
Anakin, you fool! You don't understand. I'm the only one who can save her.
Anakin freezes. His breath catches.
I know your secret, Anakin. I know what you fear.
Don't listen to him, Anakin.
He's finished. Stand down, Chancellor. You'll regret this. You must choose the Jedi or your beloved.
Anakin steps forward. Sabers hiss, humming in the stillness.
No, I won't.
Palpatine lunges. Mace Windu strikes, disarming him fully. Obi-Wan slices across his knees. Palpatine collapses, and Anakin plunges his saber into Palpatine's chest. A scream of the dark side tears through the room, then vanishes. Coruscant glows beneath a cleansed sky. The Republic breathes again. With Palpatine's treachery revealed, the Senate erupts in shock, shame, and resolve. What nearly became a dictatorship has instead forged a deeper alliance between the Jedi and the people they serve. At the center of it all stands Anakin Skywalker, no longer the chosen one of prophecy, but the man who changed the Jedi Order forever. The Jedi Council reconvenes under new light. Gone are the shadows of dogma and fear. In their place, introspection, growth, and grace. In the Grand Chamber, Yoda, Mace Windu, and the surviving Masters look upon Anakin, not with doubt, but with pride.
Skywalker, your courage, your honesty, your humanity have saved us all. The Council offers you a seat. I accept. But if we are to survive what comes next, the Jedi must evolve.
He looks around the room, not as a soldier, but as a father, a friend, a Jedi.
The old code teaches detachment, but love is not weakness. It is what brought me back from the edge. It is what saved the Republic. We cannot fear connection. Not anymore.
And slowly, the Council nods. Across the city, in the Galactic Senate, Padme Amidala stands before a silent chamber. Behind her, evidence of Palpatine's manipulation scrolls across holoscreens. Sith lies laid bare. She does not speak with vengeance. She speaks with clarity.
I never sought power. I never wanted this position. But I will serve, for now, to ensure stability, to protect what remains. Not as Supreme Chancellor, but as a mother, a guardian. And when peace returns, I will return to what matters most, raising my children.
Thunderous applause. 10 years later. The Jedi Temple is rebuilt, not just with stone, but with spirit. New archives are penned. Old traditions are re-examined. A new generation rises, not trained in fear of attachment, but in balance and understanding. On the temple steps, Anakin Skywalker stands in Jedi robes, watching two small figures duel with wooden sabers in the courtyard. Luke and Leia. From behind, a familiar voice.
They've got your fire. And your stubbornness.
Then you'd better stay close. I'm counting on their Uncle Obi to keep them in line. Obi-Wan laughs. Free, content, at peace. The galaxy they fought to save now rests in gentler hands. We've come a long way, haven't we?
And there's still further to go. But as always, my friend, we'll walk it together.
The golden sun of Coruscant sets over a peaceful skyline. And in that light, friendship, family, and the Force shine. That's our theory. The Star Wars universe is a galaxy filled with exciting stories and possibilities, and we love exploring them. If you'd like to join us on this journey to a galaxy far, far away, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.